me, Dr. Jennifer Mayer here. I'd like to elaborate on the link between chronic cystitis and UTI issues with depression and low self-esteem. I help women overcome cystitis, bladder problems and low self-esteem issues so that they can finally be free. And there is a correlation between those three. So, my niche is basically cystitis or urology, low self-esteem and depression, because they go hand in hand, and this is why. So when you suffer chronically from an illness, especially one as frustrating as cystitis, and if you've been there you'll know what I'm talking about, then you are not only chronically in pain, but you are chronically frustrated and chronically angry, simmering underneath, because you put a smile on your face, right, and try and get on with it anyway, but underneath there's that simmering anger and frustration. So for those of you who've worked with me on metaphysics, I'll explain again very briefly that metaphysics, there are frequencies. Our bladder resonates to a certain frequency, okay, like 97 FM on the radio. And unfortunately, anger and frustration are also on 97 FM. So they kind of like connect. And basically, chronic anger or frustration that hasn't been resolved turns into depression. So there's the link with depression. Also the obvious effect that if you're chronically in pain, frustrated, on the toilet seat most of the time, then obviously that's not going to fill you full of joy. And unfortunately, the more often we are in a downer kind of mode, it's going to help set in chronically a depression as well. The self-esteem issue is slightly different as well, but it's where there's this taboo around cystitis and women's health. One I want to break us free from. Are you with me with that? Right, let's just talk about it now. So, but growing up, I was like, I wouldn't want to say that I had cystitis, especially to my boss or my boyfriends, or because it felt icky, it felt dirty, it felt shameful, because those are the taboos around basically bladder health issues. And most of them are crap. It's not even true, a lot of them. People say, oh, you've caught that having sex, you're dirty and things, and it's not. It is none of those things. So, unfortunately, chronically then, we get used to going inwards, but not in a good way. We then become inauthentic. We force a smile on our face, but on the inside, we are just feeling so rotten that eventually it eats away at our self-esteem bit by bit by bit. Plus, if you're feeling low and depressed, you're not going to be feeling very great about yourself. Right, that's just normal. So unfortunately, recurring cystitis issues and UTIs eventually could lead to depression and low self-esteem issues. That is why when I deal with helping people with bladder issues, like in Piss to Bliss, you'll also get the whole package. So the metaphysics around bladder, the social issues, and links to self-esteem issues, depression, and how to get over all of that. So that is why cystitis is also linked to depression and self-esteem issues, in my opinion. So if you do suffer with any bladder problems, I really recommend, which you can see in the comments below, that you go and read Piss to Bliss. It will just really help inform everything about the bladder and related to cystitis and how we can actually overcome it and live cystitis free forever, which, trust me, is such a wonderful feeling. So there you go. If you have low self-esteem issues, or you just want to feel a bit better about yourself, then I recommend you go to this, which is my pirate ship called the High Esteem, and it is an online quest to heightening the self-esteem, and you can also see the link below. So I look forward to seeing you in the book or in the online quest. And if you have any more questions related to cystitis, depression, low self-esteem, ask me and I shall answer them on my YouTube channel or on Facebook media and or social media, and also put it in the next book. So, wishing you a happy bladder day. Bye bye.